Okay, so now I'm going to show you the buttonhole stitch. You can see I've got a circle there with little dots around it. So I'm bringing my needle up from the back of the fabric inside one of those circles, and then I'm taking it back down in the center of the circle. And I'm going to hold my working thread with my non-dominant hand off to the left, and I'm going to bring my needle up inside that loop and continue in this manner all the way around the circle. So I'm holding the fabric off to the side, and I'm going to bring my needle up on the next dot inside that working thread. And you can gently kind of pull the thread off in the direction that you are stitching if you need to snuggle up your stitches or keep them nice and taut. So again, I'm doing the same exact stitch every time. Your non-dominant hand, like I say often, is your best friend in hand embroidery. So I'm using my thumb there to just hold that thread, and that makes doing the stitch really easy. It keeps that working thread secure on the top of the fabric and easy to bring your needle up inside that loop. So you just can continue around, and you can see that it's just creating a really beautiful symmetrical wagon wheel. So it's great for stitching wheels of any kind, if you're stitching a wagon and want to do wagon wheels. But I also use the buttonhole stitch to stitch flowers, and I especially love it to stitch hollyhocks. But in that case, I want to keep the stitches closer together, so I will bring my needle up really close to the previous stitch. So instead of following that pattern of dots, I'm just going to do the exact same stitch, but bring my needle up really close, snuggled up real close to the previous stitch, which you can see I'm doing right now. And that way you end up with kind of a fuller effect to the finished stitch, the finished piece. So you don't see fabric peeking through like you do when you stitch a traditional buttonhole stitch. But it makes a beautiful hollyhock. I do that often when I'm stitching little gardens. So you can see I'm just doing the exact same. It's really just the same stitch. So once you've done it a few times, it'll be like the back of your hand, and you'll be able to stitch it quite easily. So that is the buttonhole stitch in hand embroidery.